All right, we're going to start with Devin Chittick. Devin Chittick. You're good. You're awesome. All right, so Devin Chittick came out onto the field in 2008 looking for a little exercise and fellowship. He was a free agent when he entered the league and was placed on the Gibbs Soldiers. He was on the Gibbs Soldiers for the first half of the game, but he never wore the jersey. After a quarterback controversy, he requested to enter his own team. The following week, the Stallions were on the schedule, and they won. And once they adopted the orange and black, there was no turning back. In the early days of the league, it was an accomplishment just to field a competitive team. Devin exceeded all expectations on the field, fielding a great team in his first season. They lost their first Super Flag Bowl to E-Money. The taste of the defeat was all the Stallions needed to come back in the spring ready to play. They came back in 2009 ready to win. During their championship run, had the best quarterback and receivers in the league. Clarence Richardson was the quarterback, Andre Mega, Tron Johnson, Mark Ellie, Jamela Posey were the receivers. On defense, Hall of Famers Moshe and Troy McLovin Chile put fear into the league. The Stallions were undefeated for 2 straight seasons. They started many of the fashion trends and traditions that still exist in the league today. The Stallions were the model franchise and the team that everyone wanted to beat. During their championship years, they kept the 49ers, Dragons, and Patriots on the outside looking in at the Marshall Cup. The peak of their swagger came when they brought in headbands and gang signs that were banned from the league. For over a year in 2009, all teams were afraid to play the Stallions. The Bar, F&F, and Silent but Deadly had to have amazing players that could beat them at their peak. Devin also slowly established himself as the ultimate red zone specialist. He was the Antonio Gates of flag football. All things come to an end though, so after retirements of Megatron, McLovin, and Moshe, plus injuries to Jamila, and most franchises would have quit. Even though the Stallions also went through a rough 2010 without their franchise quarterback, C. Rich, but Devin kept the same smile and swagger. Devin would shout how y'all feel from the sideline every week, win, lose, or draw. He brought in successful players like T.O., Twitter, Beast, Black Caesar, and Fort Tough, while other players like Ampley and Cherubini did not last long in the orange and blue. The Stallions have not, well, this is older, but the Stallions have not won championships since 2000 and I think it was 15?
Yeah, I was there.
But Devin has made the Stallions the most popular team in the league. He is confident that every player wants to be a Stallion. Devin Chittick, whether on the field or off, sets the pace and leads his team every week. He started the pregame warm-up stretch and the popular huddle break. The Stallions were the first team to buy jerseys and have a Facebook page. No general manager or player has been responsible as many Hall of Fame players in the league. The Stallions franchise is the only team to play in all 11 seasons at the time. When he's not here, his presence is missed. Devin has built a franchise that has set the bar high and that is built from now in the future. Only 3 players remained on his roster when he left, but he rebuilt his franchise with youth. Franchises come and go, but the Stallions are eternal. He entered the Hall of Fame as the most successful general manager in league history. How y'all feel? All right, Devin Chittick, come get your shirt, and come get your ring, and we're gonna give you like a couple minutes if you'd like to say anything. I'll give you a minute.
1 minute.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you. When you're not here, you really appreciate coming out here every Sunday. And y'all know my motto: Sunday is fun day. All right. How y'all feel?
Can we get a picture of that? Can we get a picture?
We have Hank Brown here. Where's Hank? All right, here we go. Hank. All right, Hank began his Philadelphia flag football career on the Raiders. The Raiders were not very successful, but he used that team as an opportunity to learn the rules, get back in shape, and construct an offense that pushed the league and defenses to their boundaries. He was the Dan Marino of flag football. Hank was never going to beat you with his legs, but in the open field he could get his team the first down. What separated Hank from the other quarterbacks in leagues that he always had a game plan. He also played during the time of Dana Elway, and while other quarterbacks may have missed her, he was her biggest fan. Hank was a high school standout at tight end. Flag football was the right sport for him to reignite his fire and love of football. The Raiders were the league's first free agent franchise, and that is where he met future teammate and Patriot general manager Greg Moser. Greg gave Hank full offensive autonomy. In the fall of 2009, the Patriots entered the league, and their style of play was tough. They would use up the clock and confuse your defense. While Greg collected the talent, it was Hank's job to score the points. The Patriots could beat you with the short pass to the deep ball, but Hank always knew where the open man was supposed to be on the field, and he made all his players around him better. Hank was the best pure passer the league had seen. Hank also analyzed and watched as many games as he could of his opponent. He would get to the field early, blast his music, and be ready to play every week. He also was an intense player and was never afraid to tell his own players or the referees to get their heads out of their asses. Regardless of the outcome, Hank never held a grudge and always gave respect to his opponent. Hank is the only quarterback in league history to play at the time in 3 consecutive flag bowls, a feat that was not easily matched. Hank was the ultimate pure passer, and he never made excuses for his performance after a loss. The Stallions, silent but deadly, and family and friends always had to play their best of the season to beat Hank and Patriots on and off the field. The Patriots franchise flourished because of him, and you knew the blue, red, and white were going to give you a competitive game every Sunday. Hank made the players around him better, and he always knew how to use them. He helped develop the skills of many all-star players and future Hall of Famers Marlon Pugh, Greg Moten. He also played with many veteran players such as Tara Toolbox O'Toole, Antoine Morgan, and Kyle Big Purnell. Hank never won a championship with the Patriots, but their legacy will be the team that pushed out the three best franchises in our league to greatness. Before retirement, he was an offensive consultant for a few teams, but never won the Marshall Cup. The Philadelphia Flag Football League acknowledges his contributions on the field, and we honor his skill as the all-time best pure passer in league history. Hank Brown.
Thanks for coming out. God bless. Good night.
What'd you say? I missed it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go get some pictures then.
All right, we got Dom, the Gov, the ultimate leader. Someone had to be first. In September of fall 2008, the Upper Marion Park and Rec Flag Football League began without much fanfare and had 4 confirmed teams at Bob White Park. The first player to ever attend the field early on a motorcycle was Dom, with his flags on ready to go. He was the league's first free agent, and when there was no Facebook or podcast. Dom has become one of the best and most dynamic players. He could play QB, but began as a wide receiver. Dom played his first 2 seasons on the Stallions. The Stallions lost in their first championship game in the league to E-Money, but the Stallions would reap the benefits next season. He played along Hall of Famers McLovin, Megatron, Moshe, and C. Rich. In the spring of 2009, the Stallions dominated the league and they went undefeated. Dom earned his first championship game MVP. He played for the Dragons during the fall 2009 season and they finished in 3rd place. On the Dragons, however, he met Hall of Fame player Jen M and decided to start his own team called Silent but Deadly. Silent but Deadly had an impact on the league in spring of 2010. The original Green Machines were young, cocky, and issued the next level of players in our league. Along the way, Dom was also responsible for